And welcome back to Life Unrehearsed and our Father's Day special. I'm Matt Del Vecchio, specializing in life transitions, the senior living industry, and elder care planning. Did you know that June is ALS Awareness Month? And I'd like to bring in Phil Lalonde, who has ALS. He's affectionately known as Coach Phil because he has been a community leader and soccer coach for 30 years. And I also have Phil's daughter, Jillian, on the line. Phil and Jillian, welcome to Life Unrehearsed.
Thank you so much.
Phil, first of all, happy Father's Day, and thank you for taking your time here on a Sunday with us.
Well, thanks so much. I appreciate it. And again, all the best wishes to all the fathers out there.
Thank you. Now, Phil, just for a little bit of background, when were you diagnosed with ALS?
So it's almost 2 years now. So it was September 2021.
So almost 2 years. And so can you explain to our listeners what sort of limitations do you have right now?
Well, the interesting thing with ALS is we're all different. We're all like snowflakes. So my condition is basically I have weakness in my arms and legs, so I can't really lift my arms off my lap anymore, and walking has become very, very difficult, and my hands are very weak as well.
And it's been amazing because, technology has advanced. And can you give us an idea, Phil, of some of the technological advances that are helping you cope with ALS?
Actually, I think we're living in a pretty interesting time with tools like smart speakers. Like I have an Amazon Alexa, and it turns on the lights for me, turns on the TV. I can ask it to play a movie. My computer has a camera on it that picks up a dot on my glasses, and it moves the mouse around, and I can click through that with a big mouse that I hold in my hand as my right click. So I have all kinds of technologies that are really helping me every single day.
So it's literally your eyes that are moving your mouth, your mouse.
Yeah, you can say that, but it's really my glasses have a dot on them, and as I move my head, the mouse bounces back and forth.
Just incredible. Listening to Life Unrehearsed, Matt Del Vecchio here, and I'm talking to Coach Phil Lalonde and his daughter, Jillian. Phil was diagnosed with ALS in September 2021, as you just heard. Jillian, I'm going to bring you in here. I know you're a proud daughter, and I know your dad is very proud of you. I'd love to hear, early this year was a very tough period for your family. So can you bring us back when your mom had surgery, which I think was in January, wasn't it?
Yeah, so my mom was going into surgery at the end of January, and that in itself was already a transition for our family, trying to figure out what it looks like when Dad's primary caregiver wasn't going to be there, and how, as a family, we were going to care for her in the hospital and Dad at home. And that is kind of how I started to pick up more of Dad's care. And unfortunately, Mom never came out of that surgery, and so in one fell swoop, I had to deal with my mom passing away and becoming my dad's caregiver, which was a lot, but also good now where we're at now.
And so if I understand it, and first of all, sincere condolences to you and Phil and your whole family. I can't imagine, unexpected. And your life has really been turned upside down because you're playing a couple of roles here, trying to grieve for Mom, and now you're in a caregiver role for Dad. And in all of that, what did you end up suggesting to your father?
Well, right after Mom passed away, we were planning a funeral, figuring out life, and there was obviously a lot of different conversations happening between me and my brother and my aunts and uncles and my dad and me and my wife. And we had Mom's funeral on a Saturday, and then that Monday, my wife and I sat down with my dad and looked at him and said, "So do you want to buy a house?"
This is just a few days
because
after.
We just felt like that was the best move for our family, was so that we could be together.
And so this would be a scenario where it would be you, your wife, and Dad buying a house together. Is that correct?
Yeah, and our dog.
And your dog. Can't forget about the dog.
So the dog didn't pay much.
All right. So that's in February of this year. So let's fast forward to this weekend. What happened this weekend?
Well,
we moved in. Happy Father's Day. I'm now living with my daughter.
I love it. So the three of you and the dog moved in. I think day one was yesterday, from what I understand.
Yeah.
yeah.
I love it. So day two, how's it going?
Well, we haven't got into a fight yet, so that's great.
Yeah, we're pretty good. Still in boxes.
Yeah,
but...
boxes. Oh my God, boxes.
But yeah, we're doing good.
We're doing great. A lot of transition. You know, just getting me around the house is there's different angles to worry about because walking is hard. So we got to figure that out and be careful. But it's going well.
Listen,
and we get to do it together.
The best part, of course, listening to Life Unrehearsed, and that's Phil Lalonde and his daughter, Jillian. They just moved into a house together with Jillian's wife as well, and the dog. So you're all living together. From what I understand, it's a bungalow, and it's an adaptable house. It's not necessarily a house that was already adapted, so you've got a little work ahead of you as you try to figure out the best way to cope and get around, right?
Absolutely. We've got a whole bunch of renovations to do and a ramp to install permanently and things like that. But it's all doable. It's just a matter of time, money, and different resources to get this done.
And tenacity.
Oh yeah, that too.
Tenacity is right. Well, Phil, I can't think of a better Father's Day present to move in with your daughter and taking care of you and just going through this journey together.
Yeah, well, we're doing that. We're going to have a big Father's Day dinner. My son and his daughter are here right now, and my dad's on his way over. So, hi, Dad. I know you're listening.
Well, sure. We got to get a shout out to Dad, and that is just awesome. So happy for your whole family. Now, I know both of you are very much involved in the support of ALS, and as you're probably aware, a couple of weeks ago we had the executive director of ALS Society of Quebec, Claudine Cook, and Claudine said, Matt, you absolutely have to talk to Coach Phil. And I was amazed with your story and so glad we're able to do this. Now, you are both very much involved in what's called Coach Phil's Senior Soccer Tournament to End ALS. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, first off, Claudine's awesome, and she's a great resource for anybody who has ALS in her society. So shout out to them. As far as the soccer tournament's concerned, this is our second annual event that took place 2 weeks ago, and it was a great success. We had 28 teams participating. We had over 100 volunteers, and the numbers that are coming in are just unbelievable. Last year we did 37,000. This year I'm got the peek at the numbers today, and we've crossed $50,000.
Unbelievable. Congratulations. Fantastic. And this is only year two. Wonderful. Jillian, I know you're very much involved in this as well. So hats off to both of you. And there's a ton of organizing going on behind the scenes. And I just, before we head out to traffic here, and I want to talk a little bit behind the scenes because, in preparing for these interviews, we do a little pre-interview. And I was talking with Phil and his daughter, Jillian, and just to show the type of man that you are, Phil, you were saying, look, we got 9 minutes. We got 9 minutes. Don't let me go on and on and on because this is about Jillian. I want Jillian to make sure the listeners hear about what she's doing for us. And so, Phil, that really touched my heart. And I just want to wish you and Jillian, your whole family, the very, very best as you fight through this and continued perseverance. And I want to thank you for sharing your story with us here on CJD.
Well, thank you very much. And if anybody wants to donate to the ALS Society, that would be awesome.
Just great. Jillian, thank you as well.
Thank you so much.